So here we go. We're getting ready on the Jagged Project Part 2. So the tentative plan is to hike Animas River up to Needleton and continue on to Ruby Creek and then hike up Ruby Creek and then climb Pigeon first and then go over Ruby No Name Pass and then up to Jagged Pass, climb Jagged, and then continue to points beyond like Vestal and Arrow and a bunch of others. While puzzling over how to connect the Pigeon group with the Vestal group, I came on this website caltopo.com, and there I discovered the Kodiak High route that goes directly from Jagged Peak area over to the Vestal group. So that was our plan, was to connect Pigeon group with the Vestal group. Crossing the mighty Animas.
Take a break somewhere around here.
Sure. Well, I think they're like summer helms or something. But probably no one there now.
It's kind of nice without the train running. We're not getting traffic through here, right?
Yeah. It says 100,000 people come through here every year. Train's right over there. Well, I think this Jeep has seen better days.
Yeah. Wow.
Here's the rusted rail car. Here's the meadow. Trail's pretty good through here. After a brutal hike, climb about 2,000 feet elevation, we came to North Pigeon Creek. And now we just crossed the north side of North Pigeon Creek. We're going to find a trail junction up here. I heard Paul yell just now. I think it's right up here. It's about 13 miles we hiked today. The last 2 miles or so is pretty brutal. Straight uphill almost on a climber's trail. It's the Ruby Creek Trail. We came to a junction just a little bit ago with the North Pigeon Creek Trail. But we're taking the Ruby Creek Trail up into the Ruby Lake Basin. And then we're going to drop our packs tomorrow and climb Pigeon Peak. Paul continued on about another 100 vertical feet up. He found another flat spot. There's not very many flat spots here. In fact, we've been looking for a flat spot for a long time. Finally found this one.
Morning of September 1st. It's about 6:10 and it's been raining off and on all night. It's raining right now. I'm not enthusiastic about getting out of the tent. Today, I think we were gonna hike up Ruby Creek and up to the Ruby Creek Lakes and then go the same route we did Pigeon last time, which is up through the saddle between Turret and Pigeon. But I've been thinking this morning that we're real close to the North Pigeon Creek trail to Pigeon. We passed it about 10 minutes before we got to this campsite. So I was thinking we could backtrack and do the North Pigeon approach, which is a quicker way up Pigeon, and then just leave our stuff here and come back and pick up our stuff, our packs and everything, and continue up Ruby Creek drainage after that. So I'll consult with Paul and we'll figure out what to do.
Well, the plan is to continue on the original course. We're going to do Ruby Creek Trail and then go Pigeon up from there.
I was worried a little bit because there's a little bit of snow on the peaks from last night. It rained off and on last night. And I was concerned about there being snow on the route, the final pyramid on Pigeon. Jerry Roach actually recommends only climbing Pigeon on that route in July and August because the rest of the year there's too much snow. Today's September 1st, and I think there's a dusting of snow up there, which might make it a little bit treacherous. But we've come about an hour and a half from our campsite. We're going to look at the words from Mr. Roach, see what he has to say. We read the words from Mr. Roach, and he told us we need to cross down there, which Paul's doing right now, and then go around the north side. I had to get out the compass to see which way is north, and then we'll traverse around the lake, north side of the lake, north side of Ruby Lake, and then continue up into this gap. Hiking around Ruby Lake, north side. We were just remarking there was a great campsite back there. We were remarking that if we would have left a couple hours earlier yesterday, we could have made it up to that campsite. Rained pretty good last night, but it's clearing out pretty good right now. You think there's trout in this lake? I don't see any.
Yeah, I've seen some.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I haven't seen any big ones, but I'm sure that maybe it's out.
There's a big trout right there. Coming over here saying, "You got any bait for me?
Yeah.
You got any lures for me?"
You know, I love to eat trout too. Everybody that gets into trout fishing, they're almost 100%. If they're into it, catch and release. They never keep them. You know?
Yeah.
Because they appreciate the beauty. Like I'm talking to this one guy. He so appreciates the beauty of the fish because they really are colorful and.
The avalanche fields from last year. Sometimes you just have to put your head down, do the best you can. So we climbed up to the left of some rocks, staying north of Ruby Creek. Way down there you can see Ruby Lake, where we were just about an hour ago. Lost the trail a couple times, but found it again. Hail left over from last night. Just came through some nasty willows. Looks like we have to do it again. There's Turret and Pigeon. Made it through the willows. There's a lush meadow down there that Roach says is a usual camping spot to climb Pigeon and Turret. You mean all?
Two other tents down where we were.
Oh, way down there?
Yeah, at the bottom. Then you see those. Yeah, you can't see.
Were there tents?
2 tents set up.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, on their side of the meadow.
So there might be somebody up there.
Yeah, probably over there because we probably would have seen them from over here.
You don't think there's somebody up on Pigeon now?
It could be, but I think, we've been down there a long time. I might have thought they were.
Don't fall, I got you on video. It's that snow that's killing us. Fresh snow from last night.
We're on top of Pigeon. I did it. With a little help from my friend. But we just took it slowly. Watch your step.
Last time I just ran over there, but
Yeah.
since I've done it before, I'm not going to do it this time. Yeah, a lot of stuff in view from up here.
Now, can we see Jagged?
Oh, yeah, it's bigger than life right there,
Yep.
man.
There's Jagged right there.
Bigger than life.
Well, we finished climbing Pigeon today. We came back down and set up our campsite down in this meadow at 11,600 feet. And if you strain your eyes real close, you can see the mountain goats over there.
Oh gosh, that's great.
I don't think very many people come back here to this basin. Now there's 7 of them. Maybe they figure if they gang up on us, they can defeat us. Babies are making little noises. This one's marching right up. He's like, I'll take you on. You want to take me on? Are you going to like surround me? And then stab me with your horns? We don't want you here.
So this guy's coming over to visit me.
There's the baby.
Yeah. 3 of them now, right? That is amazing, isn't it?
What are y'all doing over here? Are you used to people feeding you or something or what?
3 more. So
Oh, he's over there. He's snooping in my food. Hey, I haven't finished eating my food yet. What's up for you? They just think everything's for them. They're looking for stuff.
Yep.
And they're not shy about it. So there's the 3 babies. 4 babies.
4. I hear somebody.
So it looks like the 2 males came and then the rest of them are coming. This one's got the longer horns. He must be the boss. This one's the boss here. He started coming towards me. I had to tell him no because he had his head down. He was walking right towards me. See, he's chasing him away. Oh, here they come. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Push each other.
There's 10. Sun hitting the top of the peaks coming in from the east. See, there's 8 of them here and then there's 2 over there. There's Jagged. We're at Ruby No Name Pass. Pigeon is to the right, turret to the left. Coming down off No Name Ruby Pass. We just found the trail of sorts. Got our sweet campsite at the little lake just below Jagged Pass. Tomorrow we'll make an attempt at Jagged. It only took us about 6 hours to get here from our camp below Pigeon. Hit the big meadow where the goats were bothering us. To look at the beautiful moon as the sun is rising the opposite direction. Just starting to illuminate the mountains. We don't see the sun yet, but see evidence of it. Oh, it's nothing. We're gonna hump up to Jagged Pass up there and then see what Jagged looks like. Yeah.
See, if I'd have known what that looked like, we could have done. The anchor would have been tricky. I would have needed maybe more webbing than I had, but you know, it's doable from there. Because look, all we would have had to do is come over, go around back of it, according to Roach's thing. Then we've been up on top of it.
Then we could have gone down Roach's route.
Yeah. Well, again, the way we went up certainly was harder than Roach's. We're in agreement there.
That's our story and we're sticking to it.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll go along with that.
That's Leviathan Lake. I don't see any tents down there. It must be hard to get to. That's another one of those gems they're saving for us. All the trout and everything for when we get to be too old to climb the mountains. We'll just be coming up here.
Because that's really clear water. Yeah, you're right.
We'll come up here with our fishing poles.
Yeah.
But there's Jagged and it's all its glory right up there.
Yeah, that's another good shot.
Going to the direction of Lake 2. And then we climb up where that crack is. Must be some kind of a fault. First of all, we're going to go to this lake. It's right out of our sight behind that dome. Then we're going to climb up for about 12:8. This is our campsite at lake number 3 after Jagged Pass. Doesn't have a name. This morning we climbed Jagged. We're calling it Jagged, even though we were on the wrong summit. Paul had 13,822 on his altimeter, and Jagged is 13,824. Actual peak looked about 30 feet higher, so his altimeter might have been slightly off. Day 5. Today we're going to do Trinity and I think East Trinity. A couple guys just walked up here to the crest. One of them's got a lot of photography gear. The other one's bow hunting for mule deer. Although I told him we didn't see any trace. I think he's too high for mule deer.
Well, this lake's a mirror.
So there's East Trinity, Main Trinity, and the peak hidden behind the main peak of Trinity is West Trinity.
Here's another formation kind of thing. It's almost this rainbow shaped. Look at this. See that? Is that an optical thing? See this right here? It goes all around like this.
Yeah.
Then there's another inside one. Bands that do this.
Yeah, this one, I don't know why it doesn't show up on the map.
Yeah, it's small. Yeah, it's very shallow. And it's probably dead. I mean, certainly it's dead. I mean, from a fish standpoint, because that freezes certainly to the bottom.
Looking at East Trinity, Main Trinity, and West Trinity. Looking back at where he came from. Looking down on Balsam Lake down there. And that's where we came from this morning, up there in the shadow. And looking at Trinity Peak up there. Probably a false summit. That's our objective for the day.
We'll see on the telephone once we download it. But we were up there. Hey, if you look, if it was the one the furthest, and I think it might have been the biggest point to the right, if you look at it from here, it looks like the most difficult because it's kind of vertical toward the top. The top looks almost like a giant block. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's it. Because the other ones, see, and remember how we had to go over a bump? There were 3 bumps. We had to go over the middle one on that third part. Due south of us. Is that the Wham Ridge we're looking at?
Yeah, the one that kind of bends in.
Man, it gets steep toward the top, doesn't it? But there's that little crevasse thing. That's where the 5.4 is, whatever.
It's like he's described it as almost like a ramp, I think.
Looks like a ramp, but see if you go, when you get close to, oh boy, that's steep stuff. Hey, we'll get on it. Looks like if you get on it, you...
Oh, you see Vestal Lake down there?
Yeah, okay.
So that's tonight's campsite.
Yeah.
Looking over this way, you can see Jagged. It's almost down below the skyline now. And you can see last night's campsite down there, the lake.
Yeah.
And then down there is Balsam Lake, which is a worthy destination.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed. Yeah, no service, it says.
Yep, we're in the middle of the wilderness. So we just retrieved our packs after climbing Trinity. Worked our butts off to get up to the Vestal Trinity Pass. Now we got this steep thing to get down. We're gonna try and make it over to Vestal Lake over there. we will make it over to Vestal Lake. That's not even better. We'll try. Now that's Vestal right there. We're going to try the Wham Ridge tomorrow, which is that long ridge going up. The route is out of sight. Well, it's Saturday morning, 5th of September. I think Paul and I are going to do the Wham Ridge this morning. And how we're feeling, we'll do Arrow as well. Now, if you look up there, that's the Wham Ridge, the right ridge on Vestal. And we already see climbers going up there. It's about 7 in the morning. And if you look over there at Arrow, which we could do as well, oops. See that ramp right there? That's the route. Just go right up that ramp, get in between the two peaks, and the actual peak is the one on the left. There's some class 3 climbing to get up to the top, and that's doesn't look too bad either. So Wham Ridge, and then Arrow. I'm packing up. We're packing up. We're gonna leave our packs down there by Vestal Creek, and then when we finish the 2 peaks, if we do 2 peaks, we're gonna decide after we do the Wham Ridge if we're gonna do Arrow. Then we're gonna pack down to Animas River, set up our camp for the night, and then in the morning hike out to Molus Leak Trailhead, which is on a trail, but it's 1,800 feet elevation gain to get up to Lake Molus. There's a set of climbers. Looks like about six of them going up the Wham Ridge. It's about 7:35. Just about packed up, ready to take our stuff over to Vestal Creek, where we'll leave it while we climb our 2 mountains. Top of Vestal, Wham Ridge is done. Looking back, you can see Granite out there, which was, what, 2 days ago? And then Trinity, which was yesterday.
Can you see pigeons from up here?
Yeah, you can. You sure can. That's turret and pigeon right there. See him? I'm pretty sure.
Might be those guys further up the right. So let me get mine. So there, how do we think about that? So if you look at Jagged.
No, that's got to be pigeon and turret.
Yeah, but if you look at Jagged, how does it line up with Jagged? Is it right? Well, keep in mind you got Monitor in front of them, right? Monitor and the other 2 peaks up there.
Okay, it could be hidden.
Yeah, I'm
it could be
it
hidden.
Probably is.
You see the lake we camped at 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago?
Like the night before last? I don't think we did.
No way. That ridge is gonna.
But look over there.
Jagged.
What's that lake?
Oh, I think that's the one we camped at. Yeah.
Yep, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Right down there. There's Arrow, the mountain that Paul wouldn't let me climb.
Yeah, it's like I'd do this one again. Yeah. I would do this again. Would you?
Yeah, Probably with more ropes. But I'm an old man now. I can't do that. Although I ran a 3:15 marathon when I was over 60.
Good.
Ran Boston 4 times.
I did a 29:12 incline at 61. Have you beat that?
I did a 28.
Is that what you did? Oh, I thought it surprised me. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me a bit. I'd be happy to be that close to you.
But now I'm around 34.
Huh?
I'm around 34 now.
Yeah.
I take a couple of rest breaks.
I feel like.
Here comes Jenny.
Hey, do you know Mark Tatum? Do you know Mark Tatum?
No.
He did a sub 25 and he's 60. That dude.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Of course, I mean, some old competitive people. Now, I'm old and I'm not competitive. But this guy, man, they have national level competitions and, whatever type race you want. This guy, he's at the national level, he's one of the top few in the country.
Rock! Campsite on the Colorado Trail by Elk Creek. We just passed 3 major avalanche debris fields. We picked our way over. The last 2 were marked with tape, but not always that accurately. So we got about a mile down to the Animas River, then we hike out, gain about 1,500 feet tomorrow to get back up to our car at Lake Molas.
Heard your phone? Oh no, that's your.
It's my camera. There's the mighty Animas in the train track, the train that's not running. Somebody's here! There's the mighty Animas. Doesn't look too navigable with the raft right now. So it's just over 2 miles.
I got 2.5.
I got 2.25 now. Couple Colorado Trail through hikers up there. They said they're going to take a rest break in Silverton because of the weather coming up. They passed me on the uphill pretty strong for this far into the Colorado Trail.